गुड मॉर्निंग स्टूडेंट्स। सो आपका टाइम टेबल आ गया है फॉर योर मिड टर्म एग्ज़ाम। सो दिस इज़ योर मिड टर्म ऑनलाइन असेसमेंट टाइम टेबल फॉर 2021। सो योर एग्ज़ाम स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम 28 अगस्त। सो 20 अगस्त से एग्ज़ाम आपका स्टार्ट हो रहा है एंड इट विल एंड ऑन 27th। So just see it for class 12 humanity arts. First day, that is on 20th. On 20th there is history exam, then 21st geography, then 22nd is economics, 24th 23rd। फर्स्ट दिन देख लो, सिंपल सा आप देखो, हिस्ट्री है, फिर जोग्राफी है, फिर इकोनॉमिक्स है, एंड देन इंग्लिश, फाइन आर्ट्स, एंड देन आफ्टर पॉलिटिकल साइंस एंड सोशियोलॉजी। सो बीच में एक संडे होगा, संडे आई थिंक 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 संडे को भी एग्ज़ाम ले लिया गया, ठीक है ना। संडे को आपका 23 अगस्त संडे है और संडे को भी आपका इंग्लिश का एग्ज़ाम है। So there is no gap. First day is eco. First day is for 12 hour. First 12th arts. First day is history. Then geography. फिर economics. Then English. Then fine arts. Then political science and then sociology. So आपका 26 को ही end हो जाएगा. 27th is not for you people. 27th को juniors का है, ठीक है। So this is first announcement. Second thing is that योर इज रिलेटेड विथ योर सिलेबस। सो सिलेबस अभी मैं थोड़ा सा डिस्कस कर देता हूँ क्या आपका आएगा। एज पर आई टोल्ड कि ये आपका रिवाइज स्ट्रक्चर है एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस हमने आपका जो है कवर कर रखा है बहुत ज़्यादा पोर्शन। आई थिंक हाफ ऑफ द सिलेबस इज़ ऑलरेडी कवर्ड। मैं यहाँ ओपन कर देता हूँ क्लास 12 एंड फ्रॉम देयर आई विल लुक इनटू द डिटेल्स ऑफ द सिलेबस। फंडामेंटल ऑफ ह्यूमन जोग्राफी से वी ऑलरेडी कवर फर्स्ट चैप्टर ह्यूमन जोग्राफी नेचर स्कोप, सेकंड चैप्टर, थर्ड, फोर्थ। सो 4 chapters आर ऑलरेडी बीन कवर्ड। सो दीज 4 chapters आर द पार्ट ऑफ योर syllabus फॉर द फर्स्ट मिड टर्म एंड बिसाइड्स दीज 4 chapters there are other chapters। second book, from the second book there is I think 3 chapters has been finished। So first chapter finished, second chapter finished, human development is currently running on। So this human development will also be finished by that time। So these 3 are the chapters। Besides these 7 chapters, 4 from the first books and rest from the second book। Just see it here। From the first book, human geography, first unit, unit 2 people, and third unit is human activity, fourth is human settlement। So there are 4 units here in part B book, India, people and economy, second unit is human settlement। So after just look it, after human development the next chapter is human settlement। So this will also be the part of your syllabus for the midterm। So first 4 chapter from this book, and actually this human settlement has a linkages with part A book portion, that is from this book। The last chapter is also human settlement। So after finishing this human development, here first 4 chapter तो है ही आपका, फर्स्ट 4 के बाद उस बुक का भी 4 चैप्टर हो जाएगा अप टू ह्यूमन सेटलमेंट। और यहाँ का ये ह्यूमन सेटलमेंट चैप्टर नंबर 10 आई विल डील विथ। सो ये चैप्टर 10 अभी मैं आपको पढ़ाना स्टार्ट कर रहा हूँ आज फ्रॉम टूडेज। एक्चुअली ओवर द गूगल क्लासरूम वी आर अहेड, हम लोग आगे चल रहे हैं। सो आई विल स्टार्ट हियर ह्यूमन सेटलमेंट फर्स्ट एंड देन आई विल मूव टू 4th चैप्टर ऑफ पार्ट बी बुक। सो दिस इज योर सिलेबस। सो आपके सिलेबस के अकॉर्डिंगली ये ह्यूमन सेटलमेंट हम फिनिश करेंगे, ठीक है। तो ह्यूमन सेटलमेंट इज द पार्ट ऑफ योर बुक। अब ये देख लीजिए कि इन दिस ह्यूमन सेटलमेंट देर इज 2 ह्यूमन सेटलमेंट बुक। First, from the first book, this is chapter number 10, last chapter of which is human settlement. So here the basic understanding of the different terminology, that what is suburban, what are the type of settlement, what are the condition or local local factors for the setting up of settlement. So all these things are there. What are the different type of settlement? So this is actually the basic understanding regarding the settlement. And in part B book, that is chapter 4 of your part B book, India People and Economy, the same thing is applied here in terms of India's perspective. Type of rural settlement, and then again forward is urbanization in India. So in India's context, it is applied over. So firstly, we will deal with the theoretical part, that is chapter 10 of part A book, and then we will move or switch to part B book, chapter number 4. So let's start the class. Today I am going to start this chapter, human settlement, chapter number 10 of your part A book. Okay, so the places where we live have a cluster of houses. जहाँ भी हम लोग रहते हैं, whether it is rural or urban, in village, town, anywhere, you may call it anything. Like this is, you can call it village, somebody call it town, somebody call it city, somebody call it mega city. So name and the condition and criteria are different, but all are the actually cluster of houses. Okay, all are the examples of human settlement. These all things, village, town, city, mega city, all are example of human settlement. Study of human settlement is basic to human geography because the form of settlement in any particular region reflects human relationship with the environment. A human settlement is defined as a place inhabited more or less permanently. So the place where you live or the type of settlement in a particular region reflects our relationship, humans' relationship with environment. Means how closely, how much we are dependent on environment, that will be reflected by our settlement. So it's not about that only today's context. Here I am talking in sense of entire human civilization from the very beginning till now. So earlier we used to settle down around the river bases, low-lying area where we will easily get water from the river for our different works, like for drinking, for washing clothes, for cooking, and same way river are used as a transportation network. So all these things are there. So same way from that time there are many type of things. Then laterly people used to settle down where they are getting raw material for their industries. So some other factors are there, and this way settlements happens. Okay, and there is an increase and decrease in settlement with time. Some town is converted into city, city into the mega city. So these things happens. Okay, the houses may be designed or redesigned. Means house design may be like a hut type or a multi-storage building or a single storage building. Internal design may be different. Buildings have different alignment. Buildings may be altered. Functions may change from rural or urban or one place to other, but settlement continues in time and space. And what settlement says? A human settlement is an indicator of the inhabitation of people from the long time. So first settlement, actually earlier we are Khana Badosh, We used to move from one place to other. We are tribal people, like just like a tribal belt. We don't have any kind of settlement. But first settlement took place after the advent of agriculture, after the discovery of agriculture. So with agriculture, people started to settle down. So first settlement, maybe it's not even a village, maybe two houses or maybe one house is settled at one place. So settlement means you live there for long period of time. You build home or houses and you stay there more or less permanently. Now moving ahead, I will look into the classification of settlement, rural and urban. Dichotomy. So classification of settlement, rural or urban dichotomy. So it is widely accepted that settlement can be differentiated in terms of rural and urban. So throughout the world, it is very common fact that some areas are rural areas, some areas are urban area, and some areas are cities and some are mega cities. But there is no consensus of what exactly is the definition of a rural area or a village area or a urban area. What is village, what is town, what is the definition of what can be defined as a village, which place can be defined as a town. There is no clear cut criteria. So criteria is not defined. Okay, there is no consensus over the exact definition of village or a town. Maybe for one country, whatever the village there is, maybe for other country the same criteria is for a small town. So there is no clear cut definition. There is not a universal criteria. Many villages in a densely populated country of India and China have sometimes population exceeding that of some of the town of the Western Europe and United States. So there is no definition, but generally people used to say that size of the population is an important criteria. But this is also not a universal. Why? Because many villages in a densely populated region of India and China have a population just equal to that of some of the European countries or some of the towns in USA. Okay, so large section of urban population prefers to live in a village even though they work in a city. And nowadays reverse trend is happening. People wanted to go back to village. They wanted to stay away from the city area. And because of that, the concept of urbanization occurs. People does not want to stay in a mid of the city because there is a huge pollution is there. Say huge ecological issues. Water table are running down. There is water pollution, noise pollution, air pollution. These are very common features in the mid of the city. So that's why people, even walking in the city area, they wanted to and they prefer to live in a village, nearby village area, or maybe some distance from the city. So the basic difference between the towns and the village is that in town, main occupation of the people is related with secondary and tertiary activity, that is urban area. In urban area, people mostly engaged in non-agriculture or non-primary activity, secondary, tertiary or quaternary activity. While in case of village, people mainly have a primary occupation. Primary occupation means either they are engaged in agriculture or they are engaged in fishing or lumbering, furniture market. mining, animal husbandry, all these things are primary activity. Mining is also primary activity. Just focus it. I will discuss it into the next class, next chapter when I start primary activity. Primary activity जब पढ़ाऊंगा तो ये सारी चीज़ें डिटेल में पढ़ाऊंगा. ठीक है. So all these things, even mining, are a primary activity. I am repeating it again and again. These are primary activity. May the question or 1 marks question can be made from this portion. So agriculture, fishing, lumbering, mining and animal husbandry are primary activity. So that's why, because people wanted to stay away from the crowd of the city or the pollution of the city, there is new trend that people are moving away from congestion of urban area to a cleaner area outside the city in the search of better quality of living, that is clean air, clean water, all these things. Okay, so that's why important suburbs or suburbanizations were developed around the major cities of the world, and every day thousands of people used to communicate or commute from their homes in the suburban area, into the city for their work. So this is suburbanization. This is the concept of suburbanization. People used to stay away from the main city in a cleaner area where the environment is clean, air, water, there is no issue of noise pollution. All these things are cleaner, and people generally prefers to stay there or live there or settle there, and from there they generally uses a transportation communication network channels like local trains, all these things, to travel daily on their work site. So Mumbai में ये बड़ा concept है. There is a concept of local trains. Even in Patna also, people used to come out from the outer area or rural area or suburb area of Patna daily through local trains. गया पटना local चलता है, बहुत local है. So people used to move from here and there, from the nearby area. Okay, so these are the things. So differentiation between the rural and urban on the basis of their functions are more meaningful even though there is no uniformity in the hierarchy of the functions provided by rural and urban settlement. So more than the population size, this function will be more unbiased criteria. So here it is on the basis of function of the people is more meaningful as comparison to the size of the area, size or population of the people staying in a settlement. Why? Because this will provide more uniformity in the hierarchy of the functions provided by rural and urban settlement. Okay, but again there is some issues, like in some countries petrol pumps are considered low order functions, like in case of United States, while it is the same petrol pump is considered as an urban function in case of some other states, other country like India. So United States में petrol pump rural function है, India में urban function है. So functions also may differentiation, but this is more rational, this is more uniform, that there is a division of rural and urban more on a basis of functions and work culture. So there is differences. United States में ये हो जाता है urban, United States में this petrol pump become a lower order function, but in country like India, developing country like India, it's urban function. Even within the country also, rating of function may vary according to regional economy. Facilities available in the village of a developed country may be considered rare in a villages of developing or less developed country. So whatever facility available, these are the means contradictions. Okay, within the same country also, there may be some regions are developed, there the criteria for criteria on the basis of functions are different to divide rural and urban area as comparison to other area. Like you can say it in Delhi, maybe a person working in a small marketing agency, or person working in a मार्केटिंग के अलावा लाइक you can look at like there are many functions which are considered in Patna as a urban function, and these are not even there in Delhi. So there are differences from region to region within the same country. For an example, you can say like in Patna, the concept of, just see it, in Mumbai there is a concept of डिब्बा वाला. डिब्बा वाला was the concept. टिफिन वो प्रोवाइड करते हैं जाके डोर टू डोर, और ऑफिस टू ऑफिस दे यूज टू प्रोवाइड द टिफिन्स सिस्टम्स टू ऑल द persons working in there. So there it becomes a kind of urban function. But in case of Patna, कोई अगर डिब्बा और टिफिन पहुंचाएगा क्या बोलेंगे, दिस पीपल आर बैकवर्ड. So here in case of India it become here in case of Patna or small town it become rural function. So देखो वहां का अर्बन यहाँ के लिए रूरल बन गया, ये तो बहुत रिवर्स केस हो गया. So it's not like that will depend upon region to region, demand to demand. Okay. And same way, some of the facilities available in some of the Western European country, even in their village area, are not available in towns of some of the developing country. So villages are so developed in European country that even our towns cannot cope up with the facilities provided in those villages. According to Census of India 1991, there defines urban settlement. So there is a definition of urban settlement: all places which have municipality or corporation or cantonment board. It is not necessary that all these three must be there, or actually this is one of or two of more than one even. So any two or one of them. So a place where there is a municipality, or the place where is a corporation, or the place where is a cantonment board, or place where is a notified town area committee have a minimum, and with a minimum population of, there is population size also matters, with a minimum population of 5,000 persons. And the most important criteria is this: out of these 5,000 persons, at least 75% of male workers are engaged in non-agricultural activity, non-agricultural pursuit, and the density of population at the same time is at least 400 persons per square kilometer are urban. So the area where at least 5,000 persons are living, and out of those 5,000 persons, more than 75% of the male in that area works in non-agricultural activity, and minimum population density is at least 400 persons per square kilometer, with some sort of municipal body or municipal corporation or cantonment board, or some sort of notified town area committee. Then that place is defined as an urban in India. So this is according to Census of India. So this is definition according to India. ठीक है. ये सारी जो टर्मिनोलॉजी होती है, दैट विल आई विल डिस्कस लेटर. व्हाट इज म्यूनिसिपैलिटी, व्हाट इज कॉर्पोरेशन, व्हाट इज कैंटोनमेंट बोर्ड, व्हाट इज नोटिफाइड टाउन एरिया कमिटी, दैट वी विल डिस्कस लेटर. Types and patterns of settlement. So on the basis of shapes and pattern, there are different types. So major types classified by shapes are compact or न्यूक्लिएटेड सेटलमेंट. न्यूक्लियस से ये न्यूक्लिएटेड बना है. सो क्या होता है, न्यूक्लियस के चारों तरफ एटम्स घिरे रहते हैं. सो इट्स ऑल अबाउट द large number of houses are built very close to each other. See the figure, this is compact settlement figure. So actually the communities have a close relationship. So whatever people staying there are closely knit and share common occupation. So they have a common linkages, common occupation is there, that's why they settle closely. एंड आपने एग्जाम्पल में देखा होगा फ्यू टाउन्स आर फेमस फॉर फ्यू एक्टिविटीज़, कि यहाँ का ये चीज़ फेमस है, यहाँ का ये चीज़, इस शहर का ये चीज़ फेमस है. दिस इज ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ दिस रीजन. ओके, सो बिकॉज ऑफ दैट थिंग पीपल वेर सेटल्ड कॉम्पैक्टली. सो दे हैव कॉमन ऑक्यूपेशन. सच सेटलमेंट्स डेवलप along the river valley and in a fertile plains. So people were live very closely, and if you go into the past, so such kind of settlement develops earlier along the river valley or in a fertile plains. So whatever limited fertile plains are there, most of the people wanted to stay there. They wanted to stay near the river valley. Why? Because earlier there was no development, and main activity is agriculture. So agriculture will took place where there is a water and there is a fertile plains. Besides that also, if you have option to settle in a desert area or in a hilly region or in a plain area, so everybody will prefer to stay in plainer area. That why? It's not about कि आप पिकनिक मनाने जा रहे हैं, 2 दिन के लिए माउंटेन में घूमने जा रहे हैं. You have to settle entire your life. So there is a harsh condition, harsh climate in the mountain area, na? Your body will also not support it. So it's okay, whatever people are born there, they have a basic needs, or they are attached to that place from generation to generation. They have families, so that's why they used to stay there. But even then, if they got an option, देखते हो ना, मसूरी, देहरादून या कहीं भी चले जाओ, शिमला, मनाली, जम्मू एंड कश्मीर, वहाँ से भी लोग आके दिल्ली में रहते हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि प्लेन एरिया में सर्वाइव करना मच ईजियर है. यहाँ पे आपको हर चीज़ फर्टाइल एरिया, आपको इजीली वाटर अवेलेबल हो जाएगा, थोड़ा सा बोरिंग पे आपको पानी मिल जाएगी, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ईजी है. यू डज नॉट हैव टू मेक मच एफर्ट्स फॉर इनकम एंड एम्प्लॉयमेंट. वहाँ पर तो आपको एक पहाड़ से दूसरे पहाड़ पैदल चल के जाना पड़ेगा. ओके, सो बिकॉज ऑफ दीज थिंग्स पीपल ऑलवेज वांट टू स्टे एट अ प्लेस वेयर दे कैन easily produce something, earn something, at the same time all the basic necessity things like water, fresh air will be available easily. Okay, and the other type is dispersed settlement. These type of settlement in harsh type of area, houses are spaced far apart and often interspread with fields. So एक घर बना, उसके बीच में लंबा सा कोई मैदान है, क्लियर कट फील्ड है बड़ा सा, उसके बाद दूर पे जाके दूसरा हाउस है. So very far spaced. Okay, so such kind of settlement, in such kind of settlements people were bind together because of few of the cultural features, like that of they have a common religion, they worship same type of god, or have a common market, that all the people used to come to same market. Otherwise there is no linkages. एक घर और दूसरे घर के बीच में 0.5 किलोमीटर का डिस्टेंस है, बट जब मार्केट पहुंचते हैं सब, तो सब वहाँ मिलते हैं, तो आपस में एक बॉन्डेज है. That is the thing. Such kind of settlement lies in a hilly region or a sparse region, in desert area kind of things. So that's it for the today. See you in the next class. Bye bye.